exercises. Oh yeah, time to start them. It's gonna be a little bit to cover today. Might have to break it up in two sections. Actually, no, we're not. Never mind. It's gonna be a little bit of translating today, which is fine, but a lot of also matching words, which I personally really like to do. And then, some saga titles. Okay, that's cool. Verb forms, always nice. We get to do some translating. We get to do the gender and the meaning of a noun, so that's really nice too. To remember the gender of a noun, I would highly suggest you tack on, or you affix, or you suffix the definite article, which is the, in, and it. Those are the noun. Those are the articles. Okay, and then we have our word frequency list. This time we're just writing it down as much as you can remember. Then we're going to do some suffixing of the article, sweet. Then we're going to be declining the noun and putting it into the sentence so it makes sense. Like, should this be in the nominative? Should it be in the accusative? What about the dative? That kind of thing. And after that, on to lesson 3. Sweet. All right, let's get started. All right, first exercise we got is matching the verb to what it means. It says here, draw a line. I put the numbers on the right so you could see the answers when we get there, just because it can be kind of confusing following the lines, on screen. I get it, it's confusing sometimes even here, following the lines. So the first two, thankfully, he has for us, vilja and bo, to live and to want. Now, not in that particular order. Vilja is to want. It's related to, like, to will, to wish for something is kind of what vilja is. And then bo is to live or to prepare for something. Sha is something. I'll let you guys figure that out. Nema, heiti, fara, vera, gova, and verda. Give you guys a little bit of time there. Obviously not too long, because I don't, want this video to drag out for an incredibly long time, because I'm just sitting there contemplating while I let you guys figure everything out, but feel free to pause it. Okay. Hja is to see. Nema is to take or to claim, more so like to claim land. Heiti is to be named. Fara, and I don't know why there's an I there, by the way. It should be an A. So that's a typo on his part. There should be an A there. It should be heita, not heiti. I don't know why there's an A there. That's weird. That's a typo. Ignore that. Heita, to be named, to be called, that kind of thing. Fara, to go or to travel, more so to travel. It's got that connotation of a long distance traveling. Vera, to be. Geva is to give, and verda is to become. Next, we have the genitive and saga titles. The genitive case usually denotes possession. Give the genitive form for each name below to complete the saga title, and use the list of family sagas in this lesson to translate it. Now, that lesson we did skip because it was a part of a cultural thing, but let me flip back to it so you guys can see that. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So here's should be 2 photos up on screen of those lists and what the titles look like. All right. Once you fill that out, I don't think I need to fill it out. I mean, when you do the genitive, actually, I think it should be fine, right? If we go to voilà, I'm just kind of curious. Yeah. So actually, those 2 photos right there would give you the answers for this exercise. So I don't feel the need to read everything off. I'll read the Old Norse just so you can get used to hearing it, get some more exposure to it. So I have Riga Gloomsaga, Vala Iljot, Gisla Saga Surssonar, Gundaug Saga Ormstinge. Then we have, and that's actually, never mind, that's it. Okay, cool. Then we're on to verb forms here. So let's see, complete the chart below. All right, so we're given the past tense. In this instance, we're given gav, what it means, gave, Granted, sure, you could say granted. I feel like there's another verb that means granted, though. I forgot what it was. And then we give its infinitive, which, if you understand I umlaut, you could reverse that. And if you understand U umlaut, you could also reverse it as well. Of course, there's no U umlaut for this, thankfully. But if you understand I umlaut, you could reverse that for some of these, is what I would do. But you guys don't know any of that stuff, so that doesn't really help. All right, so we have gav, gave, granted. Then we have atgeva, which is its infinitive. You don't have to add in the at. I mean, he does it, so I guess you could too. But it doesn't really come up when there's an infinitive there. All right, we have bjö, for, sa, hed, nam, var, and warl. Those would be live, went, saw, was called, or named, took, was, became. And then, of course, for nam, you could say took or claimed. And then these infinitives would be bua, fara, sha, heita. I don't know why he keeps adding that I in there. That's a typo on his part. Heita, nema, vera, and verda. Next, we have some things to do for translating. This time you're doing it back into Old Norse, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't do it. I just kind of like looked at the English, was like, that's cool. I mean, I worked through it a little bit, tried my best, and then I just kind of went back to that previous reading section. I was like, I don't know anymore. Kind of gave up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of a bummer. Kind of regret doing that, but it's all right. So anyway, we have this thing here. There was a man called Herjolf, the son of Bard, the son of Herjolf, who went to Greenland with Eric. Herjolf took Herjolf's fjord and lived at Herjolf's nest. Eric took Eric's fjord and lived at Brattahlid, and Leif, his son, after him. So, in Old Norse, Herjolfur het maður, Barðarson Herjolfssonar, han, fór til Grönland með Eriki. Herjolfur nam Herjolfs fjord og bjó á Herjolfsnesi. Eiríkur nam Eiríks fjord og bjó á Brattahlid, en Leifssonar hans eftir hann. There we go. Next, we do the gender and the meanings of nouns. So we're given a noun here, hlid. We figured out what gender it is. Okay, somehow you figured out it's feminine. Then you give it its meaning, mountainside, a slope. Now for these, I'm going to say it with the article attached to it because I think that's the best way to memorize the gender of nouns. So I have sonar, and then we have the article in, sonarin, nesit, fjordorin, hondit, skipit, bröðirin, londit, and malit. So, just from those, you can kind of understand which ones are masculine, which ones are neuter. There are no feminines in this one. Hlid was the only feminine one, so that's a big bonus right there. It's a big help. All right, the genders of those respectively are masculine, neuter, neuter, masculine, neuter, and neuter. And those meanings are sun, headland, fjord, hand, ship, brother, land, speech. There we go. Then our word frequency list, again, yeah, what I did with this is I flipped to it, looked at it, tried to memorize as much as I possibly could. Little things, trying to remember it, little phrases or whatnot. And then I flipped back, I was like, okay, now it's time to write it down. And then I forget most of it in like 20 seconds, but that's what I kept doing, just so I wasn't like, oh, nice, okay. I'm just writing it down. Instead, I was studying it a little bit, trying to memorize it. Then I went back and wrote it down. I kind of forgot what I did with this one. I think I did the Old Norse first, and then I did the English. Or for some of them, I memorized both the Old Norse and what it meant, and kind of did that for some of them. I forgot entirely how I did it, but that's kind of how I did it. And that word frequency list will be put up on screen for you guys. And then, of course, the blank one here will be put there as well. I'd encourage you to try and memorize as much as you can from the word frequency list, and then put it into your answers. Then we have our definite article, just simply declining it. So for that, our nominatives would be in, it. He gives us in, feminine, it, accusative neuter, int for our genitive masculine, and innar for our feminine. Then in the plural, he gives us inner and inna for masculine, nominative, and genitive. He gives us the plural feminine accusative, innar, and the dative plural neuter, inum. And I'll let you guys struggle through that a little bit to figure out how you decline those. Obviously, if you have any questions about how to decline it, or if you're like, I think it's right, but not quite sure, I will try to get back to you as soon as I can in the comment section. Obviously, we're a small channel right now, so it'd be a little bit easier to do that. Once we get bigger, or this channel starts going a little bit with subscribers, then maybe, I don't know, I might be able to, I'm not sure. Okay, then after we decline all the articles, then we're tasked with suffixing it onto the nouns, such as mother, fjorder, hond, lond, sjoner, nes. Mother is given to us, it's motherin, and then after that, you can look back at our gender and meaning of nouns, and you can kind of pick out almost every single one of them, I think. Yep, almost all of them, what genders they are. So the only new ones that you'd have to figure out would be konungar, frände, and kona, which I believe you could figure out, because if you remember the weak nouns, you'd know immediately, or at least you'd get an idea of what kona is. I'll give you a hint. It's not neuter. And then frände, you should be able to figure out, remember the weak nouns as well. After that, we have our proper nouns. We have herjov, herjover, and then we're going to put that into the sentence blank, björfjörstad repstokke. In this case, it would be nominative, herjover, and then you want to translate it. I'll let you guys translate it. I'll just do the Old Norse part. Thorgerður sa, and then we have to put in eriker. Now, eriker is the direct object of that verb, sa. So we'd want to put it into the accusative. Thorgerður sa erik. Ingólfur gaf Thorgerður lond. Now, Thorgerður, obviously we'll want to change that into the proper case, which in this instance would be dative. Not accusative, even though it's right after that, and it kind of makes sense. Ingolf gave Thorgerd land. That makes sense. Or you, of course, for him though, he wants it to be in the dative, so you say Ingolf gave land to Thorgerd, or Ingolf gave to Thorgerd land. They both work. I mean, accusative or dative work. Gav, though, I believe always takes its case in the dative. In English, modern English anyway, we don't really do that all the time. We have han var frände, barður. Frände, he was friend, and then barður. This one will be in the genitive. Han var frände barðar. Then we have Thorstein, björfjörstad repstokke. In this instance, it would also be in the nominative, so no changes there. Thorgerður sa, then we want Bjarni to be in again, the accusative, just like Erik was. And it will be Bjarn, and I'll let you guys figure out what vowel will be at the end of there. Ingólfur gaf Bjorn land. This one would be in the dative. Then we have han var frände Þuri, and this one would be in the genitive. So I would put that in the genitive, whichever one you think would be the genitive. Let me know, and I'll help you guys in the comments if I can. And wow, that was lesson 3 already. Those are all the exercises. It's definitely pretty short, thankfully. Lesson 3 is going to be about the runes. Yes, we get to read our first rune stone, get to transliterate them, then standardize and then translate it. Oh, it's going to be great. This is actually where I got all the information for my Writing Like a Viking video. Super good stuff right here. Get some exercises, always good. A little bit of a reading even, so that's great. after that, we have a full conjugation of the verb to be, which, like in many languages, has many different forms. So we do get that. Looks like it's just in the indicative, present and past, so that's good. And after that, we get to translate we get to translate a stanza from Thrumsgriða, which I do have the entire poem. At least I think I do. I think I have the entire poem. So when we get there to that point in saga time, there we go. Then you guys would know that one. Then we have another exercise, looks like, just conjugating the verb vera, which is resa in that Thrumsgriða. Then we get another full conjugation of hava, the verb to have. Then we get, awesome. Okay, then we get all the personal pronouns. I, you, we, y'all, that kind of thing. Even dual. So we two, you two, us two, our two, that kind of thing. Dual, which is nice. Nice that Old Norse has that. I wish we had that in Modern English too. We used to in Old English, but fortunately we lost it. Then we have exercises on those personal pronouns. Then we get the third person pronouns declined fully. They, them, theirs, he, she, it, all that good stuff. Then we have, looks like a little bit of a reading from Walkin saga. An exercise in those pronouns. Okay, sweet. Reflexive pronouns. Possessive pronouns. After that, it's exercises. It looks like exercise is a little bit longer. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot more writing with this one. A lot of writing, a lot of conjugating verbs. Looks like the next exercise one will be pretty long. That's all right. And after that would be 4. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that exercise stuff. Obviously, I'd hope you'd be, following along a little bit, trying to figure it out as you go along, not just skipping ahead. But at the end of the day, you're only cheating yourself, so it's not my problem anymore after that. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. Do appreciate it.